This video is a Q&A. Here are the questions that I'm going to answer today. Let's get right into it. Happy Sunday, everyone. And today I've got a very special video for you. I'm doing a bit of a Q&A. Seeing as it's Sunday, I can't actually make any noise, so I can't really do any renovations. I want to keep the noise down. Because it's Sunday, you're not allowed to make noise on a Sunday with regards to works. Well, it's mostly power tools, but still, I want to be a good neighbour, make a good impression. So hence, Q&A today. Also, I'm going to answer the very important question. Well, it's not really a question, but why was the house actually sold? And there's a super funny story behind it, and it is linked to a garden, shall we say. So let me start with the first question of today's video. Ryan, inquiring minds want to know, does your house have a back door, a garden area, a parking space, but last but not least, how big is it? Those rooms look very small. They can't be any bigger than about 10 foot wide. Is the house that narrow? A schematic drawing would help your viewers visualize the space. Okay, plenty to unwrap in that first comment, so thank you for leaving that comment, and I've seen this question pop up so often. First of all, this house is unique in the sense that it has no back door and no back windows. I'm in the what's going to be the first floor bedroom right now. No back door, no back window. Well, no back door, obviously, it's on the first floor, but no back windows, and the only windows in this property are all at the front, facing onto the street. It's the same for every room. And parking. Well, if you look out one of these beautiful windows, you will see a public car park out the front, along with some beautiful views. Getting to the meat of the story. Garden. Funny story, and this is actually the reason why the house was essentially sold. So, this house, many moons ago, I don't know for how many years, but the previous owner, so not who I bought it off, but who the previous owners bought it off, was a French gentleman, I believe, and he had this house and the land behind it, or some land behind it. Well, the wonderful couple who I bought this house off wanted the land behind it. And the French gentleman said, yes, but you have to buy the house as well. It's a package deal. And the lovely couple didn't necessarily want this house, but they bought it for the land out the back. And after a couple of years have sold on this house to me. Now, I am, well, it makes no difference to me, of course, whether I have land or not with this house, because there's no direct access. If there was a back door on the ground floor, it would be a different story, but there is none. So it wouldn't have been ideal outdoor space anyway. And it's good for me that, well, obviously the price is very cheap. I paid 19 grand with fees, by the way, everyone. The asking price was 15 grand. And it's a lock up and leave, which means, you know, I could go on holiday, or I could do this, I could do that, travel a little bit and not have to worry about the garden, or, you know, for me, it's not a big deal. Especially considering it's a townhouse as well. You know, if it was obviously in the countryside, you'd want a garden. You want a nice big garden. That's what France is all about, after all. But for this type of property, I honestly wasn't fussed. So I hope that answers that question. And by the way, any bodge jobs you see is from the previous owner, not the lovely people I bought this house from, because they didn't do anything to the house. So just so you know. What made you decide to get such a dilapidated house? You will have to spend a fortune to make it just livable. Well, you know, I don't necessarily think things through, and I saw the house on the internet. Went on the internet, saw the house on a French site called Le Bon Coin. Actually, I love going on there all the time. I thought, you know what? That seems dirt cheap. So sent a message, didn't think anything of it. 3 days later, got a reply. Set a meeting for like the following couple of days. Went to the house and said, yeah, I'll have it. Full asking price, let's do it as soon as possible. Because at the end of the day, you can't really get anything in this price range that's in this condition. And when I say this condition, to you it might look it might look really bad, but for the money it's really good. And all you have to do is put pen to paper. It's simple maths. The average house price in France is 2,500 euros per square metre. I paid for this house around 220 euros per square metre. Now there's about, I think, I'm averaging up or down, but I think there's about 86 square metres, something like that, in this house. That's officially, but I think they didn't count the basement, obviously, because it's not livable or whatever. So I reckon, does that make sense? I don't know. I think it can be closer to 100 square metres, this house, eventually, I think. But I honestly haven't measured anything. So that will further push the potential value of this house up. Now, would I ever get, let's say it'll be 100 square metres, would I ever get 2,500 euros per square metre? Absolutely not, because that is an average after all. But I think the average for this area is around 1,200 euros per square metre. So if there's 100 square metres, 1,200 euros, that's up to 120,000 euros potentially this house could be. That would obviously be if it's completely done up, looking simply sublime, stunning. I could actually get that, potentially. And you think 120k, it'll be 2 bedrooms, it'll be 3 bedrooms, because I can make the attic a 3rd bedroom. So 3 bedrooms, all en suites, potentially. Yeah, 120k, 3-bedroom house. Not too bad. And the basement will be exceptionally nice. I'm going to make that really nice. So, yeah. Will I get 120k for it? I don't know. I don't even know what the future's going to hold. But property prices, they've lately, in the last few years, they've been on the up since around 2019, something like that. I might be wrong there, but they have been on the rise. I think last year they kind of stagnated, but all I'm saying is it's hard to not make money when you pay just 220 euros per square metre. That's what I'm saying. The risk is minimal. Plus, you buy what you can afford. I couldn't get a loan, I couldn't get a mortgage. So my purchasing power was limited. However, I don't think I've done too bad. Some people might think I'm crazy, and a lot of people do. But I don't care. I'm just doing me, and I'm happy. Speaking of the basement, do you think the second basement access was perhaps a coal chute? And then there was a reply to that comment saying, I wonder if it could have been a secret escape during any of the wars. Now, these are great theories, and I do believe it was probably for storing coal down there. That's what I can imagine, especially with the way the basement angles, the angle, so it's easy to throw it down there. And also with regards to the trapdoor, moving on to the next question, somebody suggested, why don't you have a transparent trapdoor? You could light up the tunnel and make a feature of it. A friend of ours found an old well in their house and did this. A bit scary to walk across, but looked fantastic. My mum had the same idea, and I think that is a fantastic idea, Lindsay. So thank you very much for that suggestion. And yes, it would mean that instead of having it as a trapdoor, you just have it permanently, it's permanently sealed in a way. But to be able to look down there from some kind of, a transparent platform, fantastic. Great idea. And I really like that. Because how often am I going to use it as a trapdoor? Because there's another entrance anyway down to the basement. So that is a great idea, and I think we should go for that. Thank you very much for your input. That is much appreciated. Ryan, why are you doing all that dirty work in such a nice new looking cardigan? Yeah, the cardigan was indeed new at the time, and I bought it online for like, I don't know, 20 euros. So it was perfect to keep me warm and actually do work in. Because I like cardigans, they're thick, so you know you can rub up against something and it protects the arms quite well. And when you start work, when you're a bit cold, it'll keep you warm until you actually warm up. So cardigans are pretty good to work in, funny enough. So why am I doing it in a cardigan? Because the cardigan was super cheap. Next question. Now we will actually finish with a couple of critical questions. Because I like to highlight the good and the bad sometimes, you know. I have critics, shall we say. Ryan, your videos are of you walking around saying there is lots to do. When will you actually start some of the work? To quote a friend of yours, you need to crack on. I like what you did there. Shame you're an idiot. I've got to say it how it is. You've blatantly ignored, yeah, the playlist that I mention in my videos of doing the renovations in this very house. So, yes, I do videos talking to the camera, strategizing, as we can say, but there are also renovation videos in there as well. And if you have a problem with my content, just don't watch. That is the magical solution. You know what? I really like this comment, and I love what the person does in the end. Okay, because well, just listen. Ryan seems to always be looking for sympathy and money while improving his YouTube acting. Am I a thespian now, I guess? Next few videos will be about how his house is a wreck. Sorry, last watch. I replied, how am I looking for sympathy and money when I have no donation platforms? I'm really curious how I'm pulling this off. Please explain. Now, the person had a few options with how to proceed, so I'm going to let you guess. Did they A, reply with, oh, I stand corrected and apologise? Did they B, say, okay, but not apologise? Or did they C, ignore me completely? Well, they did none of those. They did option D, which was delete their comment and subsequently my reply. That's right. When they got proven wrong, they decided to wither away like the weasel that they are. See? So when they don't, why am I getting worked up? This is supposed to be a wholesome Sunday video, is it not? But this is what I'm saying. With regards to certain people on the internet, and thankfully it's just a small minority, when they can't push their narrative, which is completely baseless and full of lies, they just delete the comment because it doesn't suit their narrative. But with regards to donation platforms, because I do get questions about this, I don't have these platforms. I have no problem with these platforms or anyone who uses these platforms. It's just a personal choice. I don't see the need for it. If I can survive and fund these renovations out my own pocket, then why not? You know, I don't want to owe the viewers anything. I don't want to owe you anything, and I don't want you to owe me anything. Let's keep it casual, is what I'm saying. And funny enough, when I bought this house, I thought, oh, you know what? That should do it for the criticism. There should be no more, you know, I'm not trying to do anything bad or fool anyone I am honest. Am I honest? Yeah, I am. I am honest. What am I dishonest about? You tell me. But yet I still seem to attract some form of criticism, whether it be I am lazy, I'm asking for money, which I'm not. Yeah, I think that's about it. But who knows about the future? Maybe I will have a platform in the future. Do not envisage it. I do not envisage to have any of these platforms. I'm happy. I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm surviving, and I am eternally grateful, of course. I need to shout out the people, the OG viewers that were there in the beginning to give me that initial support that I needed at the time. So I'm grateful for them, and I'm grateful for those who continue to show some love. I feel like I've been a negative Nelly in the last couple of comments, but I thought they would have been good to reply to first of all highlight the stupidity of some, and also to clarify with regards to the content. Yes, I like talking to the camera. Sorry, weirdos. And also the donation platform. So that's clarified. We managed to answer a good few questions. We should end it on a high note, shouldn't we? We should end this on a high note for sure. I don't want to end it on the negative comments. Here's last question. It's not actually a question, it's just a comment. Well, no, it is a question. What were you thinking, buddy? ... Well, as I said, I wasn't really thinking. I saw it for sale and I thought, yeah, that's a bit of me, I'll have that. And the price was right. The ultimate goal has always been to own a property. And I've already achieved that. Okay, it doesn't look like much now, but I've done it. I've done what I set out to do. And I can't believe it. I've done it even sooner than I expected. Many more renovation videos to come. Will there be some unfortunate discoveries along the way? Probably. Will there be some disasters? Probably. Will I lose money or make a profit? It's a good question, and I have no idea. But in the end, it doesn't really matter, because it's not about the destination. It's about the journey. And on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I will see you in the next video very soon. Bye for now.